If the U.S. military is the largest user of energy in America, China is now the largest consumer on the planet. At 1.3 billion, China has a population about 4 times larger than the U.S. So average per-person use and CO2 emissions remain about 1/4 those of Americans. But like the U.S. military, China is moving ahead full speed on multiple different sustainable energy options. And it pretty much has to. Cities are congested, the air is polluted. Continued rapid growth using old technologies seems unsustainable. This meeting in Beijing brought together mayors from all over China, executives from state-owned enterprises, and international representatives. The organizer was a U.S.-Chinese NGO headed by Peggy Liu.
Over 20 years, we're going to have 350 million people moving into cities in China. And we're going to be building 50,000 new skyscrapers, the equivalent of 10 Manhattans, 170 new mass transit systems. I mean, it's just incredible, incredible scale.
This massive, rapid growth comes with a high environmental cost.
They recognize that they're spending as much as 6% of their gross domestic product on environmental issues.
In 2009, China committed $35 billion, almost twice as much as the U.S., to energy research and incentives for wind, solar, and other clean energy technologies. It's attracted an American company to set up the world's most advanced solar power research plant. China now makes more solar panels than any other nation. But it's also promoting low-tech, low-cost solutions. Solar water heaters are seen on modest village homes. Some cities have them on almost every roof.
China is throwing spaghetti on the wall right now in terms of over 27 different cities doing LED street lighting, or over 20, 30 different cities doing electric vehicles.
But visit any city and you can see that the coal used to generate more than 70% of China's electricity has serious consequences with visible pollution and adverse health effects. China uses more coal than any other nation on Earth, but it's also trying to find ways to burn coal more cleanly.
In 3 years, 2006 to 2009, while China was building 1 new coal-fired power plant a week, it also shut down inefficient coal plants. So, it's out with the old and in with the new, and they're really trying hard to invent new models.
This pilot plant, designed for carbon capture and sequestration, was rushed to completion in time for Shanghai's 2010 World Expo. It absorbs and sells carbon dioxide and will soon scale up to capture 3 million tons a year that could be pumped back into the ground, keeping it out of the air.
Here in China, they are bringing many plants online in a much shorter time span than it takes us in the U.S.
China is right now the factory of the world. What we'd like to do is turn it into the cleantech laboratory of the world.
If nations choose to pay the price, burning coal with carbon capture can offer the world a temporary bridge until renewables come to scale.
China's going to come up with the clean energy solutions that are cost-effective and can be deployed at large scale. In other words, solutions that everybody around the world wants.